found 27 years later, still wearing the same clothes. In the summer of 1997, 11-year-old Max Heller left his house in a sleepy Oregon town to ride his bike to the corner store. It was something he'd done dozens of times. He said goodbye to his mom, laced his sneakers, and zipped up his windbreaker. That was the last time anyone saw him. The town launched a search that stretched for months. Helicopters, search dogs, hundreds of volunteers. They found the bike, carefully laid down at the edge of a nature reserve, but no sign of Max. No footprints. No torn fabric. No blood. It was as if the earth swallowed him whole. His parents, Gail and Martin, never moved. They kept his room untouched. Every birthday, Gail placed a cupcake on his desk. Every Christmas, she wrapped a gift he'd never open. They knew he was gone. But something in her mother's bones whispered, not gone forever. On an overcast morning in April 2024, 27 years later, a call came into the Clatsop County Sheriff's Office. A hiker found a boy, disoriented and barefoot, walking through the woods of Saddle Mountain. The strange part? The boy claimed his name was Max Heller. The responding deputy expected a prank or trauma victim. But what he saw chilled him. A pale, malnourished boy wearing a windbreaker from the 90s, mud-streaked jeans, and sneakers with a single untied lace. He looked 11. Not 50. 11. They ran fingerprints. They matched. DNA? Confirmed. But it couldn't be, he hadn't aged a day. Doctors were stunned. The boy's vitals were stable, but he showed signs of long-term nutrient deficiency and exposure. His mind was foggy, confused about what year it was, but he repeated a phrase like a mantra. It got stuck. I came back through. Neurologists thought he was delusional. Psychologists said trauma could do strange things to memory. But none of that explained the real, living 11-year-old Max Heller, reappearing exactly as he had vanished. When they gave him a mirror, he stared at his reflection and whispered, "That's not me anymore." Then he refused to look again. Max stayed with his mother, who, despite the shock, never once doubted he was her son. She knew the shape of his voice, the scar on his eyebrow, the exact placement of the mole on his hand. This was Max. But he came back wrong. He flinched at the sound of birds, hated mirrors, refused to be near pine trees. And every night he locked his door, whispered prayers, and slept with the lights on. When asked what happened to him, he gave fragmented answers. There were others, trapped, frozen like statues. It was underground, but it wasn't cold. She hummed until I forgot my name. And once, I waited until she wasn't watching. The hiker who found Max came forward, a woman named Lena Tate. She was a geologist photographing moss formations when she noticed something odd. A narrow, unnatural-looking cave sealed by thick roots, almost like it was hiding itself. She snapped a photo. The opening behind her was gone when she looked back. Curious, local rangers searched the area. What they found was disturbing: rows of worn shoes, perfectly lined up in the dirt. Children's shoes. Boys and girls. Dozens. A breadcrumb trail of the missing. One pair matched the description of a girl who vanished in 1982, still pristine. As if never worn since. One night, a week after Max's return, Gail was doing laundry when she heard him scream. He was in the bathroom, pointing at the mirror. "I saw her," he sobbed. "She followed me back." He described a tall woman with no face, just a reflection where one should be. She never walked. She hovered, always watching. In desperation, Gail removed every mirror from the house. But the damage was done. Max began drawing again, sketching horrifying images. Tunnels that breathed, children with glassy eyes, and one figure always present, the watcher in the reflection. A reporter named Daniel Kohler went digging. He cross-referenced every missing child case in the state dating back 50 years. Nearly all of them vanished within 5 miles of Saddle Mountain. Every 13 years, a spike. Always 3 to 4 kids, always within weeks of each other. Max was the outlier, the first to return. Daniel published the story. It went viral. 2 days later, he was found unconscious in his home, face turned toward a mirror, eyes wide open in terror. Written on the wall behind him, "One got out. One must return. Max started fading. Not physically, but emotionally, mentally. Like he was being recalled. He told his mom, "It's pulling at me. I think I'm still there, somewhere." Then one night he left a note, "Don't come after me. I'm going to close the door." Gail found him deep in the woods, standing before the now unsealed cave. He turned to her and smiled, a sad, knowing smile, then walked inside. The earth groaned. The entrance collapsed. They never found it again. Today, a memorial bench sits near the spot where Max reappeared. Visitors sometimes report a whisper in the wind, a boy's voice humming softly. And once a year, someone places a pair of children's shoes at the edge of the forest. Always clean. Always unworn. As if they're waiting